Let's make the Karambwan from Runescape. Let's get cooking. In the online role-playing game Runescape, one of the most useful healing items in the game is something called a Karambwan, which in our universe is octopus. To start, we're taking our Karambwan here and slicing off the head, leaving the tentacles intact. Sorry, Bwana. I'm then going to keep this chilled in the fridge while we make the base of the sauce it will be cooked in. Now, since Karambwan is a vaguely tropical place with no real-world equivalent, we're going to make this vaguely tropical but not specific to any one cuisine. To make the base of the braising liquid, we need 1 onion, 1 bell pepper, 4 cloves of garlic, 1 jalapeno, tomato paste, 2 teaspoons of paprika, 1½ cups of tomatoes, 14 ounces of coconut milk, 1½ cups of fish stock, and for that I'm just using some hondashi to make that, 1 lime, 1 variety of fresh chili of your choosing, in my case a poblano pepper, some chili paste, as well as salt and pepper. Let's start by chopping up all the vegetables while we talk about the inspiration for this recipe. The Karambwan, in-game meaning friend of Karambwan, can be obtained by fishing off the coast of the game's tropical island area. However, the only way to be able to catch and cook it without accidentally poisoning yourself is to learn a hidden fishing and cooking technique from one of the game's quests, a quest in which you basically manipulate an old career fisherman into divulging the trade secret. In this case, I'm divulging my trade secrets, which I actually do all the time on this channel if you'd like to subscribe. In the game, octopus is poisonous if improperly cooked, and requires a fairly high cooking level and completion of that quest in order to actually draw out its healing abilities. But don't worry, in our universe, octopuses are not poisonous to humans, so the worst that can happen is that your octopus tastes too chewy and rubbery if you don't cook it right. Which I'll admit is basically poisonous, so let's learn how to make this good. Now let's take a little olive oil in the pan and use that to saute the onions and the garlic until softened. Then add in the tomato paste and about a tablespoon of chili paste, depending on your spice tolerance, and cook that until it's copper in color. Then deglaze it with the fish stock. Next, we can add in the tomatoes, pepper, spices, and save the lime and coconut milk until a little later. Next, we need to bring this up to a boil and preheat the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure to taste the base at this point for your salt and pepper before you put in the raw octopus. It shouldn't taste salty, but it should make you want to reach for some water. To get a desirable curl on the octopus tentacles, we can slowly sort of dip the octopus into the boiling braising liquid, which should cause it to curl. Once this is achieved, we can add in the coconut milk, enough water to cover up the octopus, some more olive oil for a good measure, and pop this in the oven for about 1½ to 2 hours. Once the octopus is fork tender, sort of like a potato, we can add in our lime juice, take it out, and then get to cleaning them, which just involves shucking off the skin. I'm doing this very carefully to preserve the tentacles for the thumbnail since I'm graded on appearance here, but with this you can do it as fast as you like if you're just going with flavor. Now, let's sear the tentacles with our secret ingredient, which is this A5 Wagyu fat with a little black pepper. This is only available once you reach level 90 in your cooking skill, so make sure not to do anything that would cause XP waste while you're grinding for that skill. If you're not there yet, any oil like vegetable oil will do, but the octopus will take on the flavor of whatever oil or fat you use to sear it. I'm cutting the tentacles on a bias, then simply trying to get some sear marks. And I'm looking for the color that you can see on the end of the tentacle here. The right amount of fat here is key. Too little and you're not getting this off, but with too much, it's just tasting like fat. Since there are bananas on Karambwan, we're going to optionally add some fried plantain by peeling this plantain, cutting it in half, and then slicing it into our desired thickness. If you're working with a mandolin here, that last little bit is not worth your fingers. Just throw it away. I'm just frying these at 350 degrees until we reach the color that we want, then seasoning them with salt right out of the fryer and using them to top the dish. To arrange them on the plate nicely, I'm just going to quickly make some white rice as a base to get some height by washing some jasmine rice and using the finger method to measure the water, popping that in the rice cooker and cooking until it tells me it's done. Now, I actually had to redo this whole video, fun fact, because I wasn't happy with the result from the previous video. It was fine, but we don't do fine on this channel. So I was very nervous for the result here, and oh my god, oh my goodness. I was over the moon with how this turned out. It tasted a lot like the Wagyu, obviously, but I could still taste a little kick from the braising liquid, and this whole octopus was eaten up. My husband said that it was actually really good, which the actually was crazy, but I get where he's coming from and that I don't think he expected octopus to be able to taste this good. If you want to recreate this for a fancy home dinner date, you absolutely should ball out because this is next level. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed this video and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. See you next time.